everyone. I am, wait, let's see, blah, 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 blah. So here I am in Islamabad, and I know that there's probably not many of you out there hanging out for this live stream because I know the time difference is going to be kind of wonky and it's a work day for many people. But I want to thank you because I'm here in Pakistan and totally stoked to be here. So I've been here in Pakistan for around 4 days so far, roughly. And wait, I need to get a clock because I thought I cleaned my lens, but I didn't. Still a little hazy. Okay, so I've had every intention to do a walking kind of thing. But I thought I'd start off in my room here in Islamabad. This is as I charge my phone because I wasn't very prepared. I mean, I've been running around the whole day. Some of my tour group is coming in today, and there's been a lot of messages in our WhatsApp chat. So there's that, and just shifting over from my guest house to this hotel. You can see it's a nice upgrade. And just kind of getting my bearings because Islamabad it's a really interesting and unique type of place. And I think it's really easy to underestimate it at first because when you see Islamabad, there's like all roads and green parks, and it can feel sort of boring because you can't see a lot of high walls with a lot of mansions and guards on the outside. So you can see like just the only thing you can really see within stretches is like road and grassy sidewalks and parks. And only when you start diving deeper into some of the sectors do you start seeing there's more to Islamabad than you thought there was upon first glance. So luckily I've been talking to some locals asking for some advice, and wait, I gotta get this chat up because I'm not sure if you folks are adding any chats to here, but I can't see anything. Someone kind of test and do a chat or write anything. No, because I can't see anything in terms of questions. Or does it work better like that? Orientation, nope, I can't do it that way. Okay, this is because I don't do this very often. And this is a bummer because I feel like you might be asking me questions. Oh, there, Rakib, thank you so much for doing that because I wasn't sure if it was working. Oh, okay, hello Joe, thank you also for letting me know you folks are there and that my chat is working. What was I saying? So yeah, I've been talking to locals to get more of a bearing of what it's like here, what places I should be visiting, because there's looking online on blogs, of course there's very little information, and it helps when you start asking the locals here because they have their own version of what they think is like their gem, their jewel. So yesterday, if you've seen some of my stories, I started like exploring a little bit more in the mall, which was amazing. I feel like Pakistan there's very, at least Islamabad, let me explain and just clarify that. Islamabad, the capital of the country, it feels in its own way kind of like westernized in a sort of advanced way. I can use my credit cards here in Islamabad for the most part, like shopping malls, some restaurants, obviously not like small venues, but I can use them. That's one thing. When I go around, there are aspects, even the smallest thing of seeing like service stations or like auto mechanics and seeing their whole workplace setup. That's amazing. So thank you, Mustafa. Thank you. I tried. This was like an outfit had you guys vote on, and everyone was like, no, don't do it. And I did it. But it's because I like the color. I like yellow. It's very close to orange, and that's kind of like the GRRRL Traveler color. So, but anyways, yeah, like just like little observations like that. There's this park in like, well, in the middle of the highway. I don't even know what they're called. But they're basically grassy areas that people walk in, which are like parks, but they're only like within the middle way of two, you know, like the road, the highways or road. I'm not even sure. Sorry, the terminology right now is I'm still trying to place things and get a sense of what they actually are. But this parkway holds like these contained like deer and zebra, and I guess it's a government-owned thing. I'm not sure why it's there, and that's why I'm glad to be joining my group right now, and we will have a local guide who is going to help answer all these questions that I have that are like racking up in my brain. Because as I drive around Islamabad, what I see are a shitload of mansions, like huge houses, huge like levels, and many like some houses are like, I don't know. I think I've seen a house that was almost like a block long, and there are just many of them in different sectors. So in that sense, it's very amazing to be here, and I know that Islamabad can't speak for the other cities here in Pakistan, but it's just been surprising in that sense. It's been very clean in terms of the main areas, the roadways and stuff. They keep everything pretty nice and trimmed and manicured, the public spaces, and yeah. So let me try and unplug a little bit more so that I can, and please start fueling up some of the questions. Please go to Bahira Town and DHA Society. But you know, there, just last night I met up with a Pakistani woman around my age. She's younger, but I met up with her. She lived in DHA 2, and yes, it's amazing. Apparently, there are things that you can do in that sector that's, you know, like you don't have to be as appropriate in certain ways or wear certain clothes. You can pretty much live how you want, like a Westerner, I guess, because we have a little bit more liberty in the way we dress and stuff. And yeah, you're fine. Whatever's within that walls are okay. But yeah, it's basically DHA is kind of like a military zone for some of you guys who don't know, but it's a very high-end elite society of military, and they have like, yeah, like mansion like houses there. Yes, I can't even remember how many rooms that she had, and there was a part of me that was tempted to film it. But that was my first time meeting her, and I didn't want to. Sometimes I feel kind of weird about asking people if they would like to be on camera for my YouTube channel. But yeah, it was, yeah, that was a different type of lifestyle that she was obviously living. But it's interesting because I don't see too much homeless. I haven't seen any homeless yet, or a lot of beggars. So in that sense, it's very surprising to me, because even the United States, even Hawaii has a lot of homeless these days, and we're starting to encounter a lot of begging. Sorry, I'm gonna be rocky. I'm removing this from my Joby, and you are now going to go on my selfie stick. Oh shoot, no, that's not gonna work. Darn it. Okay, no, you're gonna have to stay on my Joby. I'm gonna try and attempt to walk you guys around, and we'll see how far my internet goes. And I brought a little backup battery, just in case. Now this part I don't really care for. It's a nice hotel, but it should not be like that. I feel like there should be like bolts and stuff like that. Even my guest house, it was just kind of like turning the lock many times. Okay, so this is what it is. This is what it is right now. So this is what me and my adventure group are experiencing. And yeah, I've already met I've only met one person so far from my group, and I can't wait to meet the others. We have a really small group, so it's going to be a very intimate type of travel experience. Yeah, that's true, right? Pro horse doctor. Every country does have their homeless. I just haven't seen it here yet. And it could be just because maybe, and this is what I'm guessing, I'm just like hypothetically guessing, which is what you can do when you don't have a guide. And why I like having them is my hypothetical idea is that because, okay, sorry if I lost connection right there. We're in an elevator. I didn't quite think that through. So if you guys are still there and this is still working, it looks like it is, then that's great. So my theory is just that it's probably expensive to live in Islamabad, and that's why there's no.
Good to meet you.
Okay, cool. You guys have already planned to go out for dinner. Okay, keep me informed about that.
Okay, sounds good.
Awesome. This is so exciting. Back, am I back? Lost again. Back. Thank you. Back. Am I back? Lost again. Back. Thank you. Thank you. It's one of those tricky things of when you are on the hotel or like public Wi-Fi and then you walk away from it and your your phone is still tethered to the public Wi-Fi, and so now it's on my global SIM, and I'm trying out this new SIM, hoping that this will solve my problem of having to find SIM when I go when I travel, because part of the whole stress of travel is just having a SIM and finding, like having connection. And some countries you really have to like search for a store to buy a SIM. In fact, that's what we're going to have to do. Well, no, we have a tour operator who is going to lead us to a store to get a SIM for my crew there. Oh boy, there's a place. So let me just turn you around just a little bit more, and we're going to live stream some of this walk. This is a nice area, right? This is kind of like a private sector too. We just came in. It's like a residential area, I think, and that's where my hotel is actually. It's in this neighborhood. Like what? Like even that? I think that's a home. Hello. Cute. MPCH. This is the E11 sector. So I just arrived today, and I haven't really gotten a chance to walk around this area. So you guys are experiencing it first with me as well. Oh, cool. Folks are experiencing it with me as well. Oh look, he's making corn. That's cool. You see, this is what I'm talking about. It's like these kind of really nice big houses. But please, if you have any questions, please ask. Are you here? How's your trip? It's been awesome so far. I started out a little wobbly as I know the country I'm in, a new city, because at that time when you first enter, you're just kind of getting your bearings and you're feeling a little lost. You're not sure what the country or the city is going to hold for you, and kind of want to, like for me, I want to crack the code of the city. I want to try and figure it out and how it works and how it runs, to get an idea of what life is like here, and obviously what resources are available to me as a traveler. So getting here initially was a little shaky. I didn't know what to expect, and of course, you know, there's always going to be there's positives and negatives. There are going to be like mixed messages that you get. And in all my research, I got a lot of mixed messages about female solo travelers. So far, it's been good to get around. It's inexpensive too. Let me see what some of the questions you folks had across. I've got. Okay, so that is called Islamabad Gardens, E11. Every place here, like the grid of the city is all in alphabets and numbers. So I was in G8. And yeah, so reading the map of the city is like, you know, F7, you know, G11 and stuff. Cross over to the store side, and I'm trying to find the grocery mart. Is that a grocery store? Star Mart. It's not what they thought. Okay. I guess I could have crossed. So far my accommodations, that was one question. Like, what are your accommodations like? They've been good. They've been comfortable. I posted like a story of my accommodations. Oh wait, this is a grocery mart. It's kind of small though, doesn't it? It looks like really small. It is literally a mart. I'll go there later. But oh, that's the other side. But the accommodations so far have been comfortable. And then maybe that's why. Maybe it's because I've researched some of the accommodations before booking. Like I always check the reviews because I know sometimes you can't always rely on the pictures. I know in researching my India trip, I'm trying to rely on some of the I'm trying to balance pictures with reviews, and sometimes I feel like there are fake reviews and fake pictures, just from some of the reviews that are left. So it's trying to find that happy medium. What is that? Housing Society. Okay, let's keep going. Okay. Okay, back to me again. Oh, look at this. Look at these bowls. I have no idea what they're. Oh, they must be like for cooking. Food place, foods. That looks like like Russian type. Okay. Sorry, I'm going quiet because I'm trying to look at my surroundings and get more of a bearing on it. Okay, back again. Definitely if you have questions about this, let me know. Not that I can answer it fully. But look at all these bikes. It is a very bike-heavy culture, but at the same time, a lot of people drive cars. And that's a lot of Islamabad. Like I've seen people in cars, a lot of cars. So you see in some countries there are a lot of bike driving. You know that okay, well that's a lot of people have their cars. Okay. Okay, now that's a little more normal. You've got these apartment buildings right here. But then you've got, again, the mansion area. Oh yeah, I do have my announcement today, huh? And my announcement. Should I save it for then? No, I won't because you guys are gonna drop off. Okay, so yes, I have an announcement, and that is that I will be doing. I do this again because it's pretty much set in stone, and I have to go over to India. I have an India tour for next 2023. It'll be for Holi. It's Holi dates right now, the festival. So I'm really excited about it. Again, I did this because I am going over to India. I'll be meeting up with the operator that I'll be potentially using. And I'm sorry, it's just because in the past I've come so close to getting these India tours up, and at the same time, at the very last minute, something happens. So we're very much on the verge of making it legit. It's just that I want to go over to India and meet up with her, but also see one of the sites that will be on the itinerary, which I'm really stoked and excited about. Let's do the safari. And we will be going into the Rajasthan area. That's what you guys voted on, actually. I did put out Ladakh and I did put out some of the off the beaten path places, but the vote was for Rajasthan. So that's what I'm going to try and get together. That's why I'm getting together. And look at this. Look at all, can you see that? Like all the, she's carrying like a whole tree. Right? She's carrying a whole tree. Oh, no. No, sorry. Okay, well, apparently there is begging here. So yeah, I'm excited about that. It's an itinerary where I'm still trying to get off the beaten path areas in Rajasthan, over some of the more popular destinations. Initially, I wasn't going to go with Jaipur. I really iced it out. And then last minute, I was like, okay, well, I think people want to see Jaipur. It wasn't my favorite city, but then again, my first experience of Rajasthan was actually with a tour that was kind of like a scam. They got us, they kind of did the scam thing on us. They posed as like the tourism board, and my friends were like susceptible, and so I ended up on this tour. It wasn't like my ideal situation, and so my experience just felt like it was colored by that. But yeah, of course, it'll follow the whole idea of sustainability, wanting to bring employment to marginalized cultures or areas in India that are in that Rajasthan area. But of course, Delhi, start off with Delhi. I won't go too much into it because I feel like that needs to be its own announcement when I finally launch this trip. But it will be for the holy dates, and I might have a second date. So that's something I'm not sure if I'll announce officially, but right now, that's what it is. I'm still working on other destinations, mind you, and you might be able to guess some of them because you voted for some. You voted for one, and the other one, obviously, I have a connection to. So there's that. How has the food been here? That was another question that was asked, and the straight up truth is it's been awesome. But at the same time, it has been, oh look, there's a bus stop. I've seen like they've had big bus stops here in Pakistan. I've seen like bus stops on the highway that are like huge, immense. And I'm like, wow, you guys have bus stops. And I'm sorry if it sounds like I'm so culture shocked by that. But there are other countries that I travel to where you don't even know where the bus stop is, and it's something locals, only locals know. You know, so when the bus comes around, they just run on it and jump onto it. So, oh, here's a nice perspective of where I just passed. What do you guys think of this place? I mean, granted, this shopping area isn't like the greatest because it contrasts this area, which is a little more posh. But yeah. Oh yeah, the food. Okay, so the one thing about food here is that a dog or a monkey? It's a dog. You see that, little puppers? Aww. Poor thing. Now the animal care here is something that I am kind of like by, and I really wanted my group trip to it. Sorry, I will get back to it. I did want my group trip to be able to support it. We just didn't make a minimum of guests to be able to support it fully. So I will be taking them out of my pocket personally to support the organization that this group would have supported. Some of the guests, at least one that I know of, has already donated to them, and it's the ACH Foundation, where they deal with, you know, animal rescue here in Pakistan, and that's because, like dogs, they are seen as like games to people sometimes, but sometimes very cruel and violent things, or like who can shoot the dog. And so there's the ACH Foundation is working to educate the Pakistani culture about animals and how to treat them better, how to treat the donkeys better, because obviously it's like donkeys are workhorses and people can run them into the ground. That's the problem with a lot of these situations where if it's a work type of animal, then there's mistreatment and abuse because the locals, you know, obviously want to make money off of it, and they keep running the animal into the ground. Kind of like that horse that collapsed in New York City because it was like, you know, a brutal day, and it was like carrying or pulling a carriage. It was just being overworked. But sorry, distracted by the dog. So the food here, these animals really get to me. I can't even tell you. Like, I'm just like, you know, is it gonna be okay? Is it gonna be safe? Why did I not just like carry parathas, or like maybe I should buy parathas and stick them in my bag and kind of like feed these dogs, or maybe I should have brought like dog food at home and feed the dogs that I see running around. Yeah, it really affects me. But the food here has been awesome, even though this is my third time coming back to this idea. Even though a lot of my food has been taken either at malls or at my guest house so far. And it is because one, I am new to this culture and I'm still finding my bearings with the food. I don't know what to order. I'm partially vegetarian, pescatarian, and this is a very meat-loving country. And I'm running a tour. And I can't get sick at the very start of it, because if I get that sick from dog street food, then I am taking out my entire group of dog food. So it's largely responsibility, because there are some places that I was like, ooh, let's try that. I've been trying to find safe food, experience food. But anyways, my guest house so far has had the most awesome meals, which is very surprising. Even though it's like soups or dal, it was just so flavorful, like flavorful. There's spices in everything, and that's one thing also. So there's a lot of spices here in Pakistan.
What is that?
There's spices here in Pakistani food, so everything has a little bit of heat to it. And Sorry, you can't, it's very faint. It's very faint, but you can hear a little bit of the echo. There. I love prayer calls. Oh my God. You know, it reminds me when I was in Morocco.
Hi. Hello.
Reminds me when I was in Morocco, and you know, there's spice and the aroma of spice, and you hear their prayer calls in the background, and it's almost this wonderful like meditation that makes you still for a moment. And I love how they just play it like over loudspeakers, so that it like goes out to the neighborhood. This also reminds me of India, where they play, sometimes they play, what is it? Well, like chants, like prayer chants. They play on a loudspeaker, not everywhere, but in some areas they hear screaming. It's very lovely. Okay, so let's see. Let's maybe go down this street. See if there's anything going on. People are playing, little kids are playing, little girl is following me. Little kids up there. Look at this house. Yep, look at that house. See, and I just can't get over these houses. I just really can't. I just can't wrap my head around it. Like, what do these people do that they can live in these kind of houses? I can't even live in that kind of house. Oh, this might be the end. So, no, but see, okay, if I can free. I don't think I've said it out loud yet. Yes, I am in a well-to-do sector. What? Oh, what's it? Start. Our area here. I am in a rich sector, but the thing is, there's many of them. There's many of these type of sectors. Like I said, I just came from a DHA 2, which is like the military elite sector. I feel like that ball's gonna come to my head. Okay, and then here. This is still. Oh, okay. Bummer ending. Sometimes I like to just walk, and I just walk down wherever I feel curious about. Some of it pans out to something, and then some of it doesn't really. But I got my steps in, and by the end of today, I will have 10,000 steps. One thing that I've been doing a lot here is sweating. It's another thing. It's really hard because I've got like these long, very proper and modest clothes, but it's just been so hot. Like today was 90, is it 100 or 90 degrees? I think it was like maybe 90 degrees, but it felt like 100, something like that. And I've been going, like yesterday I went out, I hired a driver, and I went out and explored different areas. And I was just showering in my sweat. Showering, like I must have like showered a gallon of sweat. And that's what these are for. You know. But supposedly September and October are supposed to be more pleasant because the temperatures start dropping. Can you imagine if I came like a month earlier? Like, if this is just like dropping, I can't even begin to imagine what summer feels like. like literally drenched in my sweat. I'm sweating right now. Like you definitely need AC. There are times that I try to be cheap and not run my AC, or like I'll be like more like economic or what do you call it? Not economy. Um, I'll like energy saver minded, and so I'll try to not run my AC in my hotel room, and this one I kind of just need it on all the time. Now I'm not sure what these are, other than placeholders for cars or houses. Little trash. That's sad. Oh, look at that. 64. See, and the thing is, I guess I already said it. There are many sectors where you will see houses like this. Going up to like Margala Hills, which is where I will be going for, like, we'll be having dinner at Monal, one of like the top restaurants here in Islamabad. We'll be doing that tomorrow. And it's supposed to be like a very beautiful view of Islamabad. But going up to Margala, just the houses there were even bigger than these. You know, like I said, I went to the GH2. That was like a whole neighborhood, like a whole sector that was like well-to-do. Well, there's the main road down there. In terms of safety so far, I feel like I don't know. I don't feel like I've been tested that much yet, because I have been out at night. I have been out. At first, I was gonna not be out at night. I was not gonna be out at night, and I was gonna come home early because I had read somewhere that you should be in by 6 o'clock, and your guest house person will make sure that you don't go out or something like that. And so I was like, okay, well, it's going to be an early night. Normally I like to film till like the evening as far as I can go. But when I was out, people were just like, yeah, it's fine. Don't worry about it. You see women out. I mean, not as much. Obviously, there are certain places that you don't see women out. Actually, you don't see them out. They're usually accompanied by men. But the nights do tend to be more reserved for the men. Like the food places, the outdoor food places, maybe like the indoor restaurants might be more female oriented. But there is supposed to be like a strict delineation between male and female. There's like when I took this flyaway in Rawalpindi, like a flyaway meaning big, it's their version of the metro, where it's like a bus that runs high over the roadway. So it's kind of like another road that goes up, and that's the version of their metro train. So when I was taking that flyover, looking down, there was a female section and a male section. So I think it's kind of like India, but I can't figure out if India is more safe than Pakistan, or Pakistan is more safe than India, or if they're similar. But there seems to be like a stronger delineation between men and women and correlations simply because it's Muslim. So there is that aspect of propriety. Oh, was that the mosque and I missed it? Was that close? Oh, yep. I'm hoping that I'm holding this so that you see things well, but I can't tell if I'm focused well or not on it. I know men and women are separated when you go into the mosque.
Fuck.
Wow. The music is so beautiful. This is so beautiful. Like, this music is gorgeous. It makes me wonder if that's like quality music. I know I've heard quality music in the back, and I'm not sure if that's what it is. What about multiple wives? I don't know. I haven't asked that question yet. I don't know that answer. I did meet my driver who had 2 wives yesterday, and I'm not sure if they knew that they were both his wife, and I don't know if it was a divorced wife and a remarried wife, or if it was 2 wives, because the translation, the English to Urdu translation was not too good. But yeah, I don't know if that would be, well, obviously that's not proper in the culture and the society, but I don't know. It must happen, I'm sure, just as it happens like in the United States and a lot of other places. So, with every culture, I'm sure there's a layer of people who are not doing things right. This is, oh, okay. I remove. He's gonna boost this later. Okay. Usman Pet Hospital. Yay, there's a pet hospital. Oh, that's cute. Thank you, Usman. Now, okay. So another cool thing that I've been noticing is, like, you see right here. Sorry if I'm shaky. Please chat or text chat me to let me know if my camera skills on live streams are really bad and bouncy. I can't see what I'm filming some of the time. Or a lot of times. What is it? Very common to have multiple wives, which is a huge culture shock for me. Oh, interesting. Okay, so what I've been finding is sometimes you'll have like look, there's reproduction, preventative medicine, soft tissue surgery, pet grooming, ultrasound, blood test, home visits, boarding, indoor-outdoor surgeries, nutrition management, orthopedic surgery, vaccination, like it goes dental scaling. These doctors, they list everything. Even at my guest house, there was a lot of laboratories, clinical laboratories, and like dental places and medical practitioners, and the big words that they would put on these advertising boards of what their services are. Wow. I didn't even know like some of these services existed. Oh, here's Mr. Is this the same puppy? Are you the same puppy? Okay, I'm sorry. I'm staring. Okay. Wow. So far, let me know what you guys think in the chat. Is this interesting stuff to you? Do you want me to do more live streams like this, or not? You rather just like having the regular edited video? because I kind of want to test this idea of live streaming, just to see, you know, how it fares. There's a part of me that is trying to reduce the amount of work that I have to do in terms of the edit, simply because the editing part has been a challenge for me these days. There are times that I have to afford editing and I can't, and so I have to pick and choose what travel videos to edit. And because my way of working and shooting, sometimes I'll shoot with 2 cameras and stuff like that, because it's very intensive. Because it can be very intensive and there's a lot of footage at the end of the day, then it comes just a lot of work to put together. So I'm trying to look for ways for me to reduce that amount, and I've been testing different cameras, like even a GoPro, to see if shooting with 1 camera will be helpful versus like 2, and carrying like this backpack. I did bring out the full artillery for this trip because I know that when we get up to the northern areas, I'm going to want as much backup as possible, just in case any camera goes down. But in terms of making this a sustainable type of channel, that's another thing. So streaming is one way, as well as I can monetize this. And with the other work, it just takes me a lot longer to put together, and it takes me more energy, and then of course I'm falling off the schedule. Not only that, right now I'm dealing with editors that are very challenging. I was hiring editors that were pretty good, and now we've kind of hit this bump where I'm trying different editors and they haven't quite been working out. It's been causing me extra work to have to write out my edits. And I know that won't make sense, but I like whatever I'm cutting. Sometimes if you notice, my videos have a lot of cuts in them where you get to see different things. And I do that so that you can see different things and it's all information. But it takes more work. So yeah. Having to even write out, please, cut to this clip, cut to that clip, cut out the janky parts, you know, all that stuff. It's just extra work. Oh, I think I'm going down the wrong way. I should just stay where I was going. Uh-oh. Now I'm sort of lost. But I'm still not too far from my hotel. Anyways, hopefully this was like insightful and helpful and entertaining to you guys. Let me know. Definitely give this a thumbs up and a like. Comment on my videos to let other people know that it's okay to leave comments and, you know, start a conversation. I really appreciate it when you guys do that. It helps me out in a big way, especially as like some of the views are starting to decline. When I see that, it kind of, well, obviously it's not as encouraging to me. And then I have to fight with myself to be more encouraged or inspired in a realm where I feel like I have to make up my own encouragement. So definitely, please like, comment, share, even let people know about the channel. And yeah, anything is helpful for me to sustain and keep doing what I do. If you want to support my work further, there's always Patreon or PayPal. And with Patreon, there are tiers where you'll get like video credits in my videos. So, okay, back at my hotel right now. Gonna join the rest of my group. Gotta see where they're at. Thank you for tuning in. I really appreciate it. And yeah, let me know. Give me questions down below for more ideas for a video in the future, what you want to see. We will be going to Hunza next. You can probably just still see my itinerary, my group trip itinerary on my site to see what locations we'll be going to, so you can plan your questions for me, okay? So until then, travel safe, smart, and fun. I will see you in Pakistan, maybe on one of my group trips. May the GRRR be with you. Okay.